you and welcome. It is 7 o'clock and this is MAD, Monica After Dark. And this is episode 23, guys. 23. And it grown but not messy. So I wanted to tell you, I wanted to do a little intro and just read to you guys what I wrote, like the little script of what grown and not messy means. Okay. And then we're going to talk about different scenarios because I always ask you guys. So, episode 23, grown, not messy. We're talking maturity, boundaries, accountabilities, and choosing peace over drama. Every time. Tonight, watch the full episode. If you missed it on my YouTube channel, you could subscribe. Thank you, Michelle, for joining. So welcome back, episode 23, everybody. Welcome back. And it's gonna be interesting because I asked a couple of you guys throughout the weeks. Like I say, I asked you guys questions, feedback, and just your opinions, so I could just relate with a lot of you guys and just in general talk about everything. So welcome back to MAD, episode 23, and tonight we're talking about being grown, not messy, because listen, we are choosing healing over drama, boundaries over beef, and accountability over excuses. We've all had a messy moment or two, but the gag is growth looks good on us, right? We've all had messy moments, but when we see that we're evolving and we're growing, it looks really good on you, man. Tonight we're getting real about leveling up our energy, outgrowing the chaos, and choosing peace even when petty wants to pop out. Because you know we're all petty, and even though we want to be petty and we want to be ratchet and we want to be crazy, we have to sometimes choose peace over chaos. So grab your snacks, drop your comments, and let's talk about what being grown really looks like without the mess. Let's get into it. Yay! I wrote a little short intro. I want to start doing it because I think that's going to grasp the audience attention. Everybody wants to know, what is this about? What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about it. Let's put this away. Cheers. Thank you to the 2 or 3 people that have joined. All that matters is 1 or 2 people. That's all that matters. So guys, boundaries are not beef. So what I have to say about that is, I set a lot of boundaries with my family, with my friends, and with my coworker. And just because I set boundaries doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean I don't want to be with you. It doesn't mean I don't want to be your friend anymore. It just means that sometimes you need your boundaries. People need to respect your time. You need to respect your time, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, why you don't call? Why you don't text? You don't mess with me anymore? No, I just have my boundaries. I have my space and you have your space. So just because we give each other space, or just because we don't call each other, just because we don't text each other every day, doesn't mean there's beef. Sometimes, we all have life going on. Life is happening to everybody. So space, boundaries doesn't mean beef. It just means that, you're growing. You're growing. You need your space. You need your time. There's a space and time for everything in life. So yeah, boundaries are not beef, guys. So it's okay to set your boundaries and set your time and be like, you know what? My life is a whole pizza pie. My family, my kids, my job, me. Well, me, I'm like 2 or 3 slices of pizza because I count myself like 2 or 3 times. So your whole life is a whole bunch of pizza slices. So everybody's a slice. Everything is a slice. Nothing can be the whole. So just set your boundaries. Right now, this is not your time. This is my time. Right? Giving yourself permission to evolve. If you need to cut people off, if you need to start something new, if you need to leave an old habit, then do it, because it's the only way you're gonna start something new. Start something new. Don't worry about what people are gonna say. Don't worry about if it's gonna work out or not. Just start it. So whatever project you want to do, whatever dreams you want to do, just do it. You see us doing it. You see people doing it. I feel like if they're doing it, why can't I do it? What makes them any different? And even if it doesn't work out, which I hope it does, but who cares? At least you did it. And that's what faith is. Believing without seeing. Give yourself permission to evolve. It's good when we evolve. It's good when we know new things. It's good. Like me, I'm the type of person that I love to learn new things. So every day in life, I learn something new. So that's evolving. That's me being better for maybe when I become a grandparent, I could be a better grandmother or a better role model. So evolving is just being better and evolving to who you're supposed to be in life, you know? Maturing. Evolving is maturing. When is it a good time to communicate versus to just walk away from the situation? I want to ask you guys, because I personally have a situation that I'm going through. So I don't know if to just walk away from it, right? Because it's never going to work, right? It's never going to work. Or keep on communicating the same thing, hoping for a different result. Because last I heard, that's insanity, right? Like, how many times do you have to tell somebody, stop doing it, stop doing it, stop doing it, and they keep on doing it? It's like, what are we? You know, like, are we having, like, you know, there's no communications, you know, like, we're not communicating, like, what's going on? So, like, how much is too much? How much is too much for us to be like, okay, you're cheating on me. Okay, stop cheating on me or I'm gonna leave you. And then they cheat again, they cheat on you again. And okay, you cheated on me, stop, because I'm gonna leave you. And then they do it again. So when do you leave them? What, the third, fourth, fifth time? When do you leave that situation? So hard. It's easy for us to talk about people's situation and judge people's scenario and situation, but when you're in it, it's different. I could give someone good advice, but it's up to them to take it. People give me advices all the time of my situation, and I'm just like, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want, right? So when is it too much? Like, what's the boundaries that you should set? Like, when is it enough? So I really wanted to say this. This is a funny one right here. Grown, not messy. You know, we have these grown-ass people. First of all, I don't like group chat. So if you're going to put me on a group chat, just know I'm not going to answer. And if I answer, it's because I saw it and it was funny at the time, and then I just quickly said something really quick. But there's people that are in the group chat, and you're having a full-blown conversation, and they just exit the group chat for no reason. No bye, no comment, no nothing. They just exit the group chat. Is that grown? Or is that messy? That's messy as hell, because you can't even say nothing. You just gotta leave. I know a lot of people like that. Don't invite me to a group chat, because I'm not gonna leave, but I'm not gonna say nothing. It's so funny. Oh my God, these group chats are so annoying sometimes, because sometimes you're busy, and then by the time you come back, you have like 300 messages, and it's like, I'm not gonna scroll all the way to the top to start reading these messages. No, nunca fuiste tanto, querida. Did you guys ever had a time where you leveled up and chose peace instead of chaos? I had. So there was a moment where I was in the mall with a couple of kids, and there was another group of mothers, and they were ratchet and loud, and they wanted to pick a fight. So me, the Godzilla in me, the Hulk in me knew I could take all three of them down in a heartbeat. No questions asked. But then I said, what would Jesus do? Because every time I have to refrain myself from acting crazy or ratchet, I just think about WWJD. What would Jesus do, right? And I just ignored them. I didn't talk back. I didn't scream back. I didn't curse or anything. And I ended up walking away. And I felt like I had that power. Like I was in control of that situation. Because I know they were itching for me to say something. I know they were itching for it to escalate to another level. But I kept my composure. And I kept my peace. And I wasn't messy at all. I was very grown in that situation, walked away from it. Guys, sometimes when I was younger, I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm all tough and big. I could beat up anybody. But now, you can't argue with nobody because you don't know who has a knife. You don't know who has a GUN. You don't know who's having a bad day. You don't know who wants to commit SUICIDE. You guys don't know what people are going through. And it just takes one bad attitude, one bad look, one bad gesture, one bad word to trigger someone. So it's better to just ignore the situation and walk away from it. I was just looking at the news and something similar to that happened. There was a guy, he was driving, it was a road rage, he's a father of 9, he started fighting with the other driver. The other driver ended up beating him to DEATH, and he ended up DYING. For what? For like driving? Because he cut in front of you? So now you're dead, you know? Now you don't have, you're fatherless, your kids are, so a lot of things can be prevented, if we just learn how to control ourselves and just woosah, breathe, take a deep breath, and just think about the consequences. There's always consequences in everything you do in life. And just that one split decision, that 1 second can destroy your whole future. And not only your future, your family, because imagine his wife now and his kids, right? So yeah, sometimes it's good to level up, and when you choose peace and you ignore, it doesn't make you a sucker. It makes you level up. It makes you more. It makes you more intelligent than the other person. I've told you guys this before, but there was this maintenance guy in the apartments where I used to live before. And we had a conversation with, and I love having conversations with older people because they have so much knowledge, and I just love it, right? And he said, Monica, don't ever argue with someone because you're never going to be in their level. And I'm like, Juan, what does that mean? He says, there's levels to everything. And a person that likes to fight, a person that likes to argue, a person that likes to, that's very combative, they're gonna always win because you're not in that level. You're elevating. You're spiritually elevating, mentally, emotionally elevating, and they're stuck in their ways. So if you go to war with someone like that, you're never gonna win because they're a pro. They're a professional acting like that and not you. So what's the point of arguing? What's the point of going back and forth with them? So we just have to ignore those situations. It makes you a stronger, it makes you a better person to avoid drama, walk away from it, and just always remember there's always consequences and you never know what they're going through and what they want to do. And a lot of people want to end their LIFE and they want to take everybody with them. There's people that they don't care, they don't want to be here anymore. And if they're not going to be here, they're going to take anybody that they see with them. So just make sure we're not in the crossfire and that we avoid those kind of people. And that's just maturing. That's just leveling up. Don't try to act all high and mighty because there's people around and there's people recording and you're big and tough. Nah, humble yourself. Calm down. Calm down. I don't know. I go through things in life, Growing up, I wish I didn't do a lot of things. A lot of things I regret. I I wish I was a little bit more mature. A lot of things in life I wish that I didn't do, right? Thank God that I'm still here. Thank God that I'm still alive. Would I do it again? No. And we learn from our mistakes, and that's how we evolve and we grow, right? We learn from our mistakes. What's the turning point? What's the turning point when you're like, you know what? I can't take it no more. That's it. I'm done. What's that point? When do you reach that point? When do you say enough is enough? I can't take it no more. Guys, we all hit rock bottom. And we all have to snap out of it, right? And whenever someone is giving you an advice, and whenever someone is repeating the same thing over and over again, people see what we don't see when we're in a relationship, because we don't see it, right? And then after we break up or after we leave the situation, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh yeah, I should have done it when they told me. If I would have done it a year ago, it would have never happened. If I would have done this, right? I mean, I'm guilty. It happens to me all the time. When I'm like, oh man, I wish I could have, would have. We all have those phases, right? But I think the older we get, we don't think like that no more, because we're like, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because we know we're running out of time. The older we get, we know we don't have much time left on earth. So we're trying to take advantage, and we're trying to absorb and do everything we wanted to do, our bucket lists, try to, knock it out too. Live life. Choose healing instead of hating. I don't know why there's so many haters, and people hate and envy people. There's a lot of envious people, and that's just hate, and you're never gonna go anywhere hating on what your friends are doing or what your family members doing. Don't hate, participate. It's easier to participate than to be a hater. When you're a hater, you're observing and you're talking S-H-I-T. I mean, seriously. When someone has an opinion of whatever you're doing in life, they're hating when they have a negative opinion. Like, keep your comments to yourself. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? And I live life like in my bubble. And whatever you say like bounces off from me and sticks to you. Like, I don't care. And then, like, that just brings hate. When you hate and you're envious and you wish like bad upon people, all you're doing is bringing that karma back to you guys. All you're doing is bringing all that negative energy back to you. Whatever you throw in the world is going to come back to you 10 times fold. Instead of hating, ask to participate, ask to learn how to grow, ask to learn, hey, listen, how can I do that? Let's partner up. How can we help each other? How can we evolve together? So much better, so much easier than hating. So, I'm not entertaining negativity anymore. I feel like I really don't go out a lot, right? Before. Now, you invite me somewhere and I'm like, where? If it's not too far, I'm going to show up. So, I work like an animal. I work very, very hard at what I do. So when I do go out and I do like dress up to go out, I want to have a good time. I don't want to babysit anybody, and I don't want to have that negativity around me, right? So I don't want to be around nobody like that. I don't care if I have to sit in a bar by myself and talk to myself. I'd rather do that, right? Because when I go out, I barely go out. And if I do go out, I want to have a good time. I don't want to have to, oh my God, I can't believe I went out. I should have never done this. No, I want to have a good time. I want the people that are around me to have a good time. I want to have a good time, and I want to get home safe and sound. And with that being said, is that sometimes, not sometimes, you shouldn't be handling or you shouldn't be what's the word that I want to use? You shouldn't be entertaining anybody's negativity. If people have their negative ways and their dark side, let them entertain them themselves and take them away from you. So I came across a couple of days ago with someone really, really negative, and they hate the world and everybody around it, and everything is like, I'm so miserable, and I'm also miserable, and then so I say to myself, right? I didn't say it to him, but I'm like, listen, like, if you're so miserable, like, in my head, right? If you're so miserable and then why are you breathing this air, right? This is me in my head, right? But then I'm just like, why is this guy so negative? Why he hates life so much? Like, what's up with him, And I'm like, do you believe in God? No. Obviously, that's why this guy is like this. Anybody that loves God and believes in God is not so negative and hates the world so much, that guy was a very scary individual. And I'm like, why are you even like dating if you feel like this about people, like that was like red, blue, yellow, green flags, rainbow flags. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Something's wrong with him. But yeah, so definitely don't entertain that negativity. I honestly got up from that date and I excused myself and I ended up leaving that restaurant. I just couldn't take it anymore. I felt like my light, my spirit was being foreshadowed. I was being like put in this little bubble every time he was talking. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, how can you not love life? How can you not be thankful and know God? Lord Jesus, we can't entertain that negativity. Let's go. And then I also want to leave you with this. A lot of people, they tell you things, oh, I'm going to change, or they tell you, oh, it's going to be better, or, oh yeah, I'm going to stop doing this, or I'm going to get better at this, or, whatever it is, right? All right. Mira cómo se acabó esto. That's a cue. I'm waiting for the dryer to finish. So a lot of people tell you, hey, I'm going to change, I'm going to get better. But guys, people don't change, and action speaks louder than words. Don't tell me. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Let me put the signal on because I really love my light. Hold on. Please hold. What happened here? I think it gets overburnt. Alright. I'm almost done. So bear with me, guys. Action speaks louder than words. Don't tell me. Don't talk about it. Be about it. You know what I mean? If you're going to change, don't tell me you're going to change. Action speaks louder than words. Show me that you're going to change. Show me that you're trying to change. Show me that you're trying to get better. Show me that you're doing a little bit, a millisecond of improvement. You don't have to change overnight, but just show me that you're improving or trying to improve or trying to become a better human being. So action speaks louder than words. So there's a lot of people that they're not going to like when you outgrow the old version that they like. A lot of people are not going to like that you outgrew that version they liked before. Because that version you were before was in their level. So once you start elevating, they're like, she thinks she's all that. Oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she got this. No, it's not that. You're elevating. You're leveling up. You should be leveling up with me. Why you hating? Come on now. Let's grow together. People don't like it when you outgrow the version they benefit from. Why? Because that old version of me, people could benefit. People had access to me. People had access to my kindness, to my weakness. People like the old version of Monica. The new version of Monica that thinks about her first, second, and third, nobody likes that, right? So people, when they stop messing with you, when they stop talking to you, is because you don't benefit them no more. So then right then and there, you're like, yo, this was a beneficial relationship. So then it's always when they want to, at their time. But then when you want to at your time, it's a problem. No, papi. This works both ways. We're not benefiting. So there's a lot of people that will cut you off because they don't benefit from you anymore. They no longer have access to you. And then with that being said, the last thing I wanted to just let you guys know, and these are notes that I take throughout the week to see what I'm going to tell you guys. Like I said it before, don't announce your news. Don't announce what you're going to do. Work in silence, because just like God exists, the devil exists. And the devil has little minions that they lurk. So when you start telling people a good idea, or start talking about a project you want to do, or about somewhere you want to go, these little minions, right? These little devilic minions, they go around and then they tarnish that and they destroy that and then they make it not happen. So work in silence. The only person you should be telling your dreams, your goals, and aspiration to is God, and He's going to give you faith and strength to overcome and move on. Guys, with that being said, thank you everyone who joined my live. This is episode 23. If you were not able to watch the full video, please tune into my YouTube channel, subscribe, and follow and like. Thank you everyone who joined. I'm going to look at the comments to see if there's any questions anybody asked. Let me get a little bit closer. Hold on. Excuse me. Ooh, I sneezed on the truth. Let's see. I don't like group chats either, Michelle. I totally agree with you. And thank you everybody who joined. Está bella, tú también. I love you, Jessica. Thank you, sister. Prende el arbolito. Oye, Madeline, if I turn on el arbolito, the sign, you're not going to be able to see the sign good, baby girl. I can't. No puedo. I know. Hello, mi amor bella, gracias. So you guys, thank you everybody who joined the show. Thank you everyone. MAD Monica After Dark is wrapping it up. Have a beautiful night.